So we have an update here on some NCAA women basketball scores, part 3 here for Saturday, February 15th, 2025. So here we have number 20 Oklahoma State down to the BYU. BYU is not going to make it at the NCAAs most likely, but BYU should be able to make it to the WNIT most likely, but they do need a few more a signature win and to stay above that 400 record in 300 in conference. But this would be a signature win, put them in, have a good chance for maybe in the WNIT at least. And BYU 62-60 over number 2 Oklahoma State with 1:30 to go in the fourth. Alabama A&M 93-74, 51 seconds to go in the fourth. 58-53. UC San Diego or UCS with 1 minute to go in the fourth. 75-68 Fullerton, Fullerton over Costa Rica, 47 seconds to go in the fourth. Halftime, Portland leads Washington State 47-40. 57-36. Or Roberts over Kansas City 27-24. Siena leads Sacred Heart. Some of these games are like later time games, like West Coast games. You know what I mean? Like later than normal. Later than like other games played. Because I'm going to play early because I'm doing still here. A lot of them are. So, a lot of them are played early for that. Or just played early just to, unless they're not like, and stuff runs to play in the campus. You got other events or that one, you know. But yeah. Number 14, Kansas State, they beat UC Mason 67, 70-48. Number 24, Crane beats Churchill with FS1. Feature women's game. Baylor defeat Texas Tech 66-60. And then we had Denver followed Omaha 80-77. Marquette beat Just the Fall 82-72. 73-53. Illinois State beats Jeffersonville. Fresno State beat Boise State 67-63. 71-46. Grambling beats Sisson. Cleveland 75-70 over Chicago. 60-57 Rochester Rice. 61-58 North Texas over Tulsa. 80-61 UTSA Rumpus. 58-55 Grand Valley over Houston Christian overtime. 55-50 Stanford over Chattanooga. 65-52 Bethune over Corn State. 65-58 Air Force falls to Colorado State. 71-76 McNeese beats New Orleans. Southern 86-42 Purdue. 68-55 Jacksonville State over Louisiana Tech. 78-63 San Diego State over Utah State. 64-50 UNLV over Nevada. 73-56 Temple over Tulane. 98-62 Utah over Arizona State. 65-34 Vermont over Maine. 75-67 UMBC over Bryant. 68-63 Alabama State over Arkansas Pine Bluff. 68-54 St. Mary's over Pepperdine. 69-57 Gonzaga over LMU. 72-63 Southern Utah over Utah Valley. 79-76 Charleston State survives over CU. CU does not get the first conference win. They had a fighting shot. It was just that fourth quarter one. 26-9 in that fourth quarter. They had a 10-point lead at halftime. That fourth quarter just hurt them. CU goes to 3-21 in conference. And 0-11 in conference. San Jose State falls to Wyoming 50-54. 82-68. Grand Canyon improves to 11-0 in the WAC with an 82-69 win. And Grand Canyon now is 2.5 games ahead of Tearton. And they're 3 ahead in the loss column as of now. So, the Grand Canyon has 3 games to play here, or 5 here to play. 16, the other 16. There's some other teams, you know, with like more games to play. Like Abilene Christian. You know? And the Grand Canyon, they have the off day on the 19th or 20th or whatever. So, here's some. And then we have some other games here. We have few more scores to talk about. We have Vermont. We have here Vermont 65-34 remain 75-67 UBC O'Brien 68-63 Alabama State Warriors in overtime. And I skipped St. Mary's 68-54 Pepperdine 68-57 Gonzaga Radio. And then 81-75 California Baptist B2 Tech in a very low scoring game. Jackson State beats Florida A&M 40-37. They had both teams had a low scoring second quarter. One team scored less than neither team scored double-digit points for the score points. In the fourth, Florida A&M didn't score double digits. It was 18-15 at half. Florida A&M had the lead. When Jackson State comes back and starts a low scoring struggle. Jackson State shot well, 35.4, 31.3. Florida A&M just didn't shoot well, 22.2 to 15.4. So Florida A&M had a lot of not the great shooting percent. Not as good as Jackson State, but it was just good defense by Florida A&M. They limit their chances, limit their opportunities. And they really had a lot of turnovers, so it was just good defense, good defense played. Limited Jackson State, you know. Central Connecticut State beats St. Francis PA in overtime 70-67, 73-61 Pennsylvania over Brown, 73-16 in Weber State over Montana, 68-50 North Carolina Portland State, and Montana State 74-6 Idaho State. Now Montana State improves to 24-2, and Montana State beat their first loss this season was Utah. They beat UCF. UCF is not a bad Big West team. Troy is not a bad Sunbelt. The team is Sunbelt. They lost to Oral Roberts, which Oral Roberts is a good major. I mean, they're getting close. They're not at the 20 wins, but they're near. If they beat UNC, they'll be at 20 wins. So it's not a bad game, though. Good team, though. And they beat FGC, which FGC was a good mid-major. And the ASUN, they haven't lost an ASUN game all year. And actually, their last loss was to Montana State. So, and Montana State's been running through conference play. So, Montana State is a solid team. And Montana State is, what are they in conference? They have 4 more games to play. Montana State's 14-0, so they'll be 18-0. So they're 18-0, so they'll be playing 4 more games in conference. And then they'll play 2 more. Montana State will 1 on the 22nd, 1 on the 27th. And they'll play 1 on the 1st and 1 on the 3rd. And some of these teams have they'll play on the 20th. Some that have 13 games played, they'll play on the 20th. And then they'll play on the 22nd to the 7th. And then there's a couple that get the bye week, like Northern Arizona will get a bye before bye in a day, so it just depends. But yeah, they'll have different bye days, so 18 games when you play total of the teams. And they all want them to play the very last day of the season. Pretty much. So, then Northern Arizona beat Sacramento State 75-60. Northern Arizona got over 20 wins in their game on Thursday against Portland State. Got 20 wins. Now they're over 20 wins. So they're still on a solid position for the WBIT or WN, at least the WNIT, as they got qualifier. East Washington 63-60 over Idaho. FGC improves to 14-0 in the Eastern, and they only have 4 more games in Eastern play left. They do so before their conference tournament starts, and it's at home. It's a home site conference tournament. So look at the quarters. Obviously, and like most likely going to be the number 1 seed, unless they play Central Arkansas on Thursday at 7:30 Eastern at Central Arkansas. So then, if they beat them, they should have like a clear path to the number 1 seed. They will be up 2 with 3 remaining, so they should have it locked up pretty much. Then, but if they don't, then it's gonna be a tie for first place in the not the Big Sky, the East and the Annex Sun. Then we have Murray State defeat Northern Iowa in the 6 game in Missouri Valley Conference. Troy defeats Southern Miss E6-59. Drake over Belmont E3. Good mid-major ball. 2 good mid-major balls. In conference, base of conference record, you have Northern Iowa's in 6th, Murray State's in 4th. Then you have Drake and Belmont here 2nd and 3rd, so not bad. Some good major balls. Iowa State in A3 over Kansas, 75-34. Cal Poly over California State University Northridge, 63-57. San Diego gets their 2nd conference win of the season in back-to-back games. They stunned Pacific in overtime at Pacific. Then they beat Santa Clara. They stunned Santa Clara. No, that 8 wins, 8 were 8. And Pacific had 8 wins when they were 8-7 when theirs. And San Diego saw both those teams. But San Francisco beats Pacific E67, 53-50. Georgia State Appalachian State, and 85-76. Alabama over Mississippi State, 471-42. Prince over Yale, 56-43. Cornell over Dartmouth, 49-44. Hawaii over UC. Hawaii likes to play the low scoring games. They do. They have a lot of games that are lower scoring, grinded out type of games, like something like UT Martin or Hawaii. Like sometimes I like to play like low scoring, gritty, grinded out type of games. Like sometimes they have that, like UC Martin. Last time I played UC Martin, it was like that. So they like to do that sometimes, and they're kind of one of those teams, like they start off a little bit slower, but then they work. Then they get the momentum and rhythm in, and yeah. But they beat Irvine 49-44. So then Big Fullerton 78-60 over Bakersfield, and then we got Houston at Carlisle at Eastern Plus, and at Eastern on Midcoast Sports Network, and Sunday Network. All the Midcoast Sports Network games, because they focus on sports teams like South Dakota. And then the Sunday Network, they have all the other. I'm surprised they don't have like Midcoast Sports Network doesn't do when the South Dakota schools are playing. They have them in, but kind of a little surprised. But all of them get put in the Sunday Network or the Midcoast Sports Plus. Because Midco, which is a local internet provider in like South Dakota, which I use, they have Sports Network, and they have their own cable service, and some of the games are on there or on the Midco Sports Plus. And then so it's the Eastern 7 local, which is kind of one of those games where usually don't play that late at night on but it might be either for TV purposes, like for Midco Sports TV purposes, or just they want to schedule that late. And then we have UC San Diego. They beat UC Davis 65-63. Let's see if there's any more other games I missed here. No, nothing anywhere. So we have 66-63, number 20, Oklahoma State down BYU. Portland 52-46 with 6:47 to go in the third quarter. 6:34 in the third. We're at 64-44 Kansas State. 31-26 Senior Sigurd. 8-6 Winter at Border Point. And 7 UC Riverside or and then we have some more games here on tomorrow. some games, but for the whip run purpose, for a whip run, I'm gonna be able to do some fun on tomorrow. We have Morgan State at NC Central, Delaware State at Norfolk State, Coppin State at C State, and Maryland Eastern Shore at Howard. And then we'll have on the ESPN 3 ESPN Plus games. With the SEC games and televisors, I'm not for sure. That game will go to 5:30 Eastern, and then we'll have Duke Notre Dame, Michigan at Maryland. And then we have a couple, and then so we'll be able to have 5 games here. And we have a couple games because of present. We have a couple games, because of President's Day or whatever on Sunday. And then we have a few games that we will be around on Tuesday, but mainly it's gonna be a little bit later, the ones that they because we got South Charlotte, Tennessee State, UCF at Kansas, FAU at Rice, and UCF Kansas at might be a little bit probably till at least 7:30 Eastern, if not Eastern. And then I'll be able to whip you around. And then we got games going on half hour, every half hour. One more up, we see 3 Eastern, 9 Eastern, so you go number 2, Utah. And then we have and then Wednesday, depends on if I will be able to. I might be able to do some whip around. I might be able to do at the earliest. I'll be able to do a little bit of whip around. About a half hour whip around. Before March. This is the pregame of Minnesota Purdue at the earliest, and then afterwards, I'll be able to do after that game end. I'll be able to do some whip around and post game ends and stuff. I'll be able to do some whip around later. Although there won't be a whole ton of games to whip around. But there will be some I will be able to do for maybe a little bit deep. And then on Thursday, I'll be able to do some. I will do some whip around of games and all night. I'll be able to do some whip around on them. As much as I can. A lot of them are early. But I will do some whip around throughout the night though. Yeah, so it's just a little preview of my upcoming whip around. I don't know if they're necessarily teas, but it is a preview of my upcoming whip around. Some whip arounds upcoming. It is a preview, of them, so. And BYU defeats Oklahoma State. BYU upsets Oklahoma State 68-64. So that's just a preview of the whip around here for upcoming. So for sure, Monday, Tuesday, you'll see a little bit of whip around. You'll see a couple hours of whip around going around the media and the feature, and the ESPN featured game. There is President's Day, so you have a couple of earlier games. A couple games from Fox, because Fox doesn't air like typical shows. They don't really air them. They kind of air they kind of bring it to the local affiliates, and local affiliates, have their own program like news or game. Like my local Fox has game shows. They have syndicate talk shows that go through the networks, all the networks, and they bid for it in that area. They bid on it in your area. And they have it as programming. And they have one of them. They used to have the Dr. Oz show on that, my local Fox affiliate, so it must be the show that replaced the Dr. Oz show. They bring it into them. now Fox has, which is the Jennifer Hudson show. And they have a couple game tip shows, just local, kind of like an independent thing, like their own local program. It's kind of like national things, but it's like through a different station, not necessarily Fox station in your area. But then they, it's not like something where it's gonna be an episode, not necessarily, So it's kind of like one of those things, but so there are a couple local ones, for sports at different times, which I don't mind. So there are a couple basketball games. I would remember Ohio State ones in Kansas State, West Virginia. They might even be showing a men's game. In fact, which no, they're actually not going to be. And also, they don't have the rights to show any men's games either. Like the Big 12, they could, but that's going to ESPN 2, so on ESPN, so. But yeah, so. Anyways, yeah, so that's just a preview look, bro. And reminder, we only have till March 1st when most of the conferences in their games is March 1st. March 1st is when they do so. And then we have March 2nd is for the part conferences and their seasons. And their seasons on the second level and play in the second and the Big East. And then so the Big East, the ACC, the SEC, some of the Big 12, all the ACC, all the SEC. And then you have some of the Big 10, some of the Big 12, some of the Big East they play. But those three conferences that I named lastly, the Big 12, the Big 10, the East, Big 12, Big 10, Big East, they all play Saturday and Sunday, and then the ACC exclusively is on Saturday or on Sunday. The ACSC is for the limited, so conference play. So yeah, they're just having some top matchups throughout the country, and they're focusing on a lot of them more because they're having televised, because it's the very last day of the season. So yeah, and then that's when the regular season ends for the majority of a lot of conferences. But then we have some other conferences. They have regular season games and conference games. There's conference tournament games, like the Sunbelt Horizon League, mixed in with the end of the American and Midwest end of their regular seasons. Then you have the Big 12, the ACC, the SEC, or the Big 10, and the Big 10, and they're mixing in games, like OVC, some of these tournaments. They're mixing in with the start of mixing with the end of the regular seasons in these conferences. They're ending, so yeah. But I will be able to do some. But yeah, and then when you get the conference tournament with bronze, it's gonna get a little bit thinner. That's not with the regular season. But I'll still be able to, I'm still gonna do whip around then, but just not as much, or it's just conference tournament heavy, like Monday and 10th, for example. Just gonna be Patriot League and Northeast scores. You'll be focusing on a lot of them games, so it's just what it is, stuff like that. So, but anyways, that's it for the whip around updates. So, and yeah, we just got 2 weeks. 2 full weeks of left to take. 2 full weeks of most of the regular season. And then most regular season ends for live conferences. And then 3 weeks until it officially ends for all conferences. So, we have a lot of still basketball to be played. Just in conference regular season. That is wrapping up to getting wrapped up right now. have, but it's coming on to the wire for the regular season conference tournament for their season. And then 3 weeks, and then starting that third week, March 2nd. We have conference results.